Hello friends, and welcome back. Now hopefully you've had a chance to watch my last video in which I introduced you to a loquacious donkey and his sadistic, stick-wielding, animal-abusing master, Balaam, the prophet, who was on his way to curse the children of Israel until a bloodthirsty, half-invisible angel stepped into his path and would have chopped off Balaam's head had it not been for his faithful donkey, who talked sense into him, warned him off his foolish enterprise, and spared his useless neck. So if you haven't had a chance to see that video, by all means, pause this and go back and look at it. But if you're already comfortable with the story and familiar with this tale, then by all means settle in, because we're going to continue with it, and it's about to take a very ugly turn. Now, I'm going to introduce you to this next part of the story by telling you why Balaam was on his way to curse Israel in the first place. Well, he was hired by a guy named Balak, who is a king of a local fiefdom east of the Jordan River and the Dead Sea called Moab. Now, why in God's name would Moab have anything against goodly Israel? Well, Balak has good reason to be terrified of Israel because they are fresh off of their 40 years of wandering in the desert and are preparing to take possession of the promised land, of Canaan. But they're not going to use diplomacy and negotiation to take Canaan, nor are they planning to peacefully integrate. They're going to take it by the edge of the sword with plenty of slaughter and conquest. And they've already proven their mettle by demolishing a community of people called the Amorites and a kingdom called Bashan. Therefore, Balak, facing an existential threat, sends Balaam to curse Israel. As you know, that enterprise falls through. But he's not done yet. He corroborates with a group of people called the Midianites. And the Midianites have a grand idea. They said, you know, if we get these people to piss off their own God, we might not have to worry about anything. That's exactly what they set out to do, and it works to pretty good effect. They recruit their most nubile women and arm them with weaponized wineskins and juicy ribeye steaks, freshly sacrificed to the wrong god, and send them into the camp of Israel to have what amounts to a drunken orgy before God and everybody. Well, that does it. God is most sumptuously displeased and sends a plague that wipes out 24,000 Israelites. But that little demonstration of wrath is nothing compared to what's in store for the Midianites. So once Israel gets its act together and the plague has run its course, Moses says, "Arm this people for war, to take vengeance against the Midianites for the sake of the people of Israel." And so the Israelites do just that. They select 12,000 men, 1,000 from every tribe, to take up arms and slaughter the Midianites. But they are decidedly merciful compared to what they'll get up to later on in the book of Joshua when they march into Canaan, because they leave the women and children alive. Well, this is progress. This is great. It's positively 21st century in its display of restraint. But Moses, interestingly, sees this whole affair and is not pleased. He says, "Why have you left the women alive of a people who have caused you to sin against the Lord your God, who brought down a plague upon the heads of Israel?" Moses makes the following command: kill every person with a penis, every boy, and kill every woman who has known a man, who is not a virgin, and you may keep the rest for yourselves. Moses says, anyone who has touched a body or has shed blood must remain outside the camp for a period of 7 days, during which you will purify yourselves and your captives on the 3rd and 7th day. Now, Moses' lack of sentimentality is perhaps not surprising unless you consider this chilling fact, that his wife was a Midianite. His father-in-law, Jethro, was a priest of the Midianites. And Moses spent 40 years during his flight from Egypt before he was called by God in the burning bush back into service with the Midianites. So his speed at which he dispatches the Midianites and the Midianite women and children is rather shocking. But I'm sure you'll agree this is a rather disturbing story and an unexpected turn for the righteous people of Israel under the guidance of Moses. Well, I bring this to your attention because unlike the famous talking donkey story, most people don't know about it, even though it's right next door. And the reason is not surprising. You might know that most preachers are not going to touch this with a pair of latex gloves. And that's why I'm doing these videos. Because I think it's a shame that a book that has inspired so much of our culture, our history, and our art, and is held sacred by billions of people, should remain shrouded in mystery. And there's so much grist for the mill, little nuggets like this story that I've just shared with you, that I would like to present in these videos. So if you found this entertaining, if you'd like to see more of them, then by all means join me in the next video, and please hit the like button, subscribe, and Lord willing, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.